What the fuck up, bro? Shout out my nigga Low Key. Send me this information. I try and wrap my head around this shit. So know what I'm saying? We finna sit up here and look at this video my boy just, know what I'm saying, gave to me. Cause if it is what I think it is, I'm gonna tell y'all what the fuck exactly is going on. But with that being said, I know everybody on the HR quadruple six thing. Tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying? That right there is a distraction. This the information that, you know what I'm saying, that lights the fire right here. But let's take a watch at this shit right here.
Godfather of the Rothschild banking cartel, Mayor Amschel Rothschild said, "Give me control of a nation's money, and I care not who makes the laws." In a recent Bloomberg article, "The Fed's cure risks being worse than the disease," Jim Bianco explains what is now happening with the Federal Reserve Bank in their response to the coronavirus. He writes, "This scheme essentially merges the Fed and Treasury into one organization. So meet your new Fed chairman, Donald J. Trump." Did President Trump just nationalize the Federal Reserve Bank? On June 4th, 1963, President John F. Kennedy issued Executive Order 11110, which many believe was an effort to transfer power from the Federal Reserve Bank to the United States Department of the Treasury by replacing Federal Reserve notes with silver certificates, thereby taking the power away from the international banking cartels. Less than 6 months later, President Kennedy was assassinated, and his move against the Fed was reversed. During the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln printed $400 million worth of greenbacks, a debt-free, interest-free money, independent of international bank control. In response, the London Times wrote that if that mischievous financial policy, which had its origin in the North American Republic, should become indurated down to a fixture, then that government will furnish its own money without cost. It will pay off debts and be without debt. It will have all the money necessary to carry on its commerce. It will become prosperous beyond precedent in the history of the civilized governments of the world. The brains and the wealth of all countries will go to North America. That government must be destroyed, or it will destroy every monarchy on the globe. The bankers were not willing to lose power, and the Bank of England went on to fund the Confederacy. Weeks prior to Lincoln's assassination, assassin John Wilkes Booth spent time in Montreal, known as the Confederate capital of Canada, and was found after the assassination with a banknote from Ontario Bank. Booth's personal manager was banker Joseph Siemens. After Lincoln was killed, power was restored to the international banking cartel. The National Economic Security and Recovery Act, known as NESARA, was a set of proposed economic reforms suggested during the 1990s by Harvey Francis Bernard. Bernard created the NESARA proposal during the late 1980s. He sent copies to members of Congress, but was ignored. In 2001, he established the NESARA Institute and published the second edition of his book in 2005, retitling it "Draining the Swamp: The NESARA Story, Monetary and Fiscal Policy Reform." The policies included...
Sound familiar? Draining the swamp. Didn't we just hear this quote last week from Donald J. Trump himself? Like I said, let me finish playing the video. I'm sorry, y'all. Got a little too excited.
Placing the income tax with a national sales tax, abolishing compound interest on secured loans, and returning to a bimetallic currency, which he claimed would result in 0% inflation and a more stable economy. There is a big buzz on the internet that President Trump is implementing this plan. There is also speculation that this is part of a huge global economic reset, GESARA, to be decided at the International World Court of The Hague. If this is true, certainly this decision has been decided years ago and we are just now feeling the effects. The coronavirus scare is beginning to look like a false alarm, but the reaction is looking just like a false flag. And it seems that when we come out the other end of this, the world will be different. For Infowars.com, this is Greg Reese.
Now, the whole point of this shit is, the underlining, the silver lining of this shit is, it's always been about the money. Decisions made with the fucking money. Everybody is so fucking goddamn morally connected to all this shit. Whether it be your Martin Luther King, it's always some money involved behind the shit. Just like with Martin Luther King. That nigga was going up, that bitch go get a check. A lot of people don't talk about that. You understand? That last time around, he was talking about going to get a check. You know what I'm saying? But they killed his ass. And then guess what? We all talking about kumbaya. You feel me? This shit is about control of the money. And if Donald Trump sit up there and take the fucking goddamn the Treasury Department and combine it with the Federal Reserve, what you monkey motherfuckers don't understand, and I can't, I really goddamn get pissed off about this shit, is the simple fact that the Feds is not the U.S. government's. It's not ours. You understand? It's a whole nother entity on its own. You know what I'm saying? It's the IRS is up under that. You feel me? Y'all don't understand. So if we sit up there and combine the fucking goddamn Treasury Department and the Feds, we have no control over what the fuck the money finna do. This is why these motherfuckers is spending outrageous. We talking about trillions of fucking dollars. You feel me? Trillions of dollars. That lets you know how much fucking money we actually supposedly have. But these motherfuckers sitting up here and give control to the fucking Federal Reserve, who is not for you, is more of that private sector shit. You understand? Then you can't ask no questions about now goddamn dollar. You can't even ask when they when they flip the currency. The Federal Reserve could flip the fucking currency and make it whatever it want. From paper dollars to fucking rocks to fucking goddamn shit in your hand, all that shit. You don't understand? Motherfucker control the whole world. Y'all not understanding that shit. Then Donald Trump, he just a chairman that shit like that. You the puppet in front. I want you to make everybody else seem like the Federal Reserve and the Treasury Department is all one together and it's a good thing. You understand? That shit is over if he do that. Everybody worry about the HR bill. I understand all that shit, but that shit is a distraction, man. I'm talking about control of the fucking money. You understand? And reason why a lot of people ain't paying attention because they don't have the money that is currently, you know what I'm saying, the current currency right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just scrambling. You know what I'm saying? It's a mind thing. They got a motherfucker fucked up. You understand? That shit is this shit is crazy, man. If this shit happens, it's a big fucking problem. Fuck them coming into your homes and all that other shit. You understand? The point that these motherfuckers have control over that money. You understand? That currency, that shit that makes that world turn, you know what I'm saying? You got to buy food and everything with this kind of shit. And if Donald Trump was to do that's the end of the paper dollar. That's the end of that shit. Or any other kind of currency. Everything will be electronical. Motherfuckers will have to take vaccines and shit to get nanobites in their ass, trackers and all that other shit. Because if you don't, your ass gonna be like the fucking mole people and they gonna put your ass underground. You be fighting this about it. This shit is crazy. Cause they put you in a place where you feel like you got no choice. But I try to tell people, raise your vibrations, calm down, don't overthink the shit. Cause the shit can be whooped. You understand? It's just the whole simple fact that you gotta take that shit and marinate on that shit for a minute. Like a like a AAA meeting. You know what I'm saying? You gotta admit first that there's a fucking problem, and this is the problem. This has always been the problem. You understand? If you've seen the beginning of this video, motherfucker was talking about, nigga, give me control of the money, and I got everything. Fuck a rule. Fuck rules. You understand? You motherfuckers want to sit up here and still play the moral system. These motherfuckers been breaking the rules, gonna break the rules, make the rules, all that other shit, man. You gotta get with it or get lost. You feel me? And this ain't to say, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? To scare nobody or motherfucker and get like it's some shit like the nigga can't fix. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is pay attention and think on this shit. What's the best way I can goddamn bring attention to this shit? Because it's not good for us. You understand? Because guess what everybody else gonna do? When Donald Trump sit up there and nationalize the Treasury Department to the feds, guess what everybody else gonna do? They gonna follow fucking suit. Follow the leader. Next thing you know, you gonna have to get a fucking chip in your motherfucking hand to even exist in this society. Then you want to cry about, being woke and all this other shit. Are you motherfuckers really aware? You understand? The currency, the money. It's always been about the money. But everybody's so scared to fuck with the energy because they don't understand it. The money is the fucking devil. The greatest trick the motherfucking devil did was made you think that it don't exist. It's the fucking money. The energy of the money. You know what I'm saying? I can't even say that. I would say the people behind it, the intentions are being misused. Because money is very beautiful. It depends on how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? And the intentions behind the shit. But the intentions behind this shit is very wrong. This is why a nigga like me speak out about some shit like this here. You understand? Because y'all got to get the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all so worried about somebody controlling your dollars or treating you right and all this other shit. Man, you motherfuckers been being treated wrong since goddamn forever. You understand? You been getting ass whoopings and shit on your mama. Like, we can sit up here and talk about the moral system all fucking day. But let's talk about the fucking currency system. That nobody even wants to understand the fucking language. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with numbers. These motherfuckers is giving out trillions of fucking dollars and don't nobody want to understand how this shit is divided, divvied up, or how motherfuckers put rules and regulations on the shit. I know it's boring and tedious, but goddamn it, you find your niche to goddamn understand this shit because this is what it's about. And y'all don't understand. I understand you got the Ahmad thing and all this other stuff, but that's a distraction, man. Especially when the celebrities get it. People like Oprah, you know what I'm saying, running, and she just had a ankle fall or whatever the fuck. But she out there talking about I run with a mod. That's to get your focus on something else. And why these motherfuckers is slipping some shit like this up under your goddamn your nose. You know what I'm saying? Imagine fucking having to have 4 and 5 goddamn debit cards for 4 and 5 damn different reasons. Because all these companies can get debit cards and get fucking secret fees and all this other shit. But you get the fucking debit card and you can only use it for goddamn, let's say, a rent or lights or utilities or some shit like that. We just had a stimulus card here in Jacksonville where that's all you could use it for. You know what I'm saying? You have to find out who the central banking company is, which is behind that shit. A lot of people just think that a lot of these prepaid cards just pop up. No, they have fucking banks behind them. Another way to trick you of using their shit, even if you don't have no bank account. But motherfuckers too silly to sit up here and realize that shit. Just like I said, with the goddamn stimulus card that Jacksonville gave out, they gave out $1,000. You couldn't pull the shit off. You can only use it for wherever it was accepted at. Now imagine running around with 6 and 7 goddamn debit cards. You know what I'm saying? And you have to use them for 6, 7 different damn reasons. Soon enough, your ass gonna be tired of that. And then guess what they gonna do? Then they bring on your little chips and all that shit y'all supposedly scared of. You understand? Shit in your body. Putting it in your body. Because you want to be more convenient. These motherfuckers ain't going to force shit on you. You going to beg for it. You going to beg for it. Because we not trying to, you know what I'm saying, use our imagination to create a new reality. You understand? These motherfuckers shaping a motherfucking new reality right here in front of our eyes. And we are steady talking about bullshit. Bullshit at the end of the day. Bullshit. Even myself. Because we should be talking about this all day, every day. Just like a coronavirus or COVID-19, whatever the fuck. This should be the most important motherfucking thing. Everybody should understand monies. I seen a video on what it was, TikTok or Instagram, where the dude set up that and he taught his son 7 years old, and understand money way better than you motherfuckers. How it work, how it move. Get into the fucking system, dog. I'm talking about fuck being a lawyer, a doctor, and all that other bullshit. Understand this money. Man, this John Horse, like I said, man, I'm not trying to save the world, but I damn sure got an opinion, man. How war, grand rising, grand night to all, man.